An AI deal has outraged basically every voice actor in existence. A brand new PS5 controller gets leaked, and HBO's The Last of Us gets its Abby. I'm Ash Dixon, and this is GINX News. Man, AI has been causing quite the stir lately, especially over in Hollywood, where last year it was a core component of the SAG-AFTRA strikes. Ultimately, a deal was reached with major studios which established consent and compensation requirements when replicating the likeness of actors using AI. And after such a hard-fought battle, you can imagine everyone's surprise when the union suddenly announced a deal with a company that creates AI voices. Yeah, it hasn't gone down well. The company is called Replica Studios, and their whole shtick is creating digital voice replicas, meaning an actor would go in, provide them with a whole ton of voice data, by performing a load of lines with different emotions, etc., before they go off, make a model, and devs can use it in their games. Now, from a game dev perspective, this kind of makes sense. In theory, you'll save money, you don't have to wait on performances, and you can add new lines basically whenever you want. The problem is, as shown with the finals, currently the results are pretty Don't get me wrong, I've been having a blast playing that game, but by God, do the AI voices just take me out of the action every single time.
If wishes were fishes, there'd be more kingfish in the arena. Only one contestant left for them.
Just pay some actors, goddammit. So what exactly is the deal? Well, it will allow Replica Studios to work with SAG-AFTRA talent under what they call a fair and ethical agreement. That digital voice replica can then be licensed for video games or other interactive media projects. It also ensures the performer's consent and negotiation over their digital voice double, and will give them the opportunity to opt out of its continued use in new works. But there's some huge red flags with this. The fact that it's a license suggests that this won't just be a one-off payment, but instead performers will get paid a certain amount each time it's used. But I'm willing to bet that will be a whole lot less than they would get paid if they did an actual performance. Plus, this could be devastating for smaller voice actors. Let's say some big-time actor creates a digital replica of their voice. Why would a game developer ever use some up-and-comer when they can have the voice of a star? Another issue is that it doesn't seem like any voice actors were consulted on this. SAG-AFTRA claimed the deal was approved by affected members, leading to Apex Legends voice actor Erika Ishii to respond, approved by who exactly? Was any one of the affected members who signed off on this a working voice actor? I realize for some that this deal might not sound that bad, but I think it's important to remember this is just the beginning. When it comes to making money, the corporate machine will always continue to push more and more until they get what they want. You give them an inch, they will take a mile. But I'm curious what you think. Have SAG-AFTRA failed voice actors here? Is the threat of AI completely overblown? Give us your thoughts in the comments down below. A lot of people love the DualSense controller, and it looks like a brand new version is on the way. Now, don't get too excited, it looks identical and it basically only has one major change, a much improved 12-hour battery life. It's been labeled as the V2, and we know it's coming due to a listing from Walmart Canada. They've whacked it up for the same price as its predecessor. And while it will basically double the battery life, I feel like they missed addressing a much bigger fundamental issue, fixing the goddamn stick drift. Which I imagine will be a little disappointing to hear, but you know what isn't disappointing? Getting a daily dose of gaming news. If only there was a place that would provide such a service. Oh wait, that's us. Subscribe and hit that bell button so you don't miss out on any of those spicy headlines. After a universally acclaimed first season, Series 2 of The Last of Us is on its way to HBO next year. Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey have been confirmed to reprise their roles as Joel and Ellie, and thank God, because they bloody smashed it. And after widespread speculation, we finally have our Abby. For those of you who haven't played the game, Abby is a playable character in Part 2, and without getting too spoilery, she's rather upset about something that happened in the first game. According to HBO's Blurb, she's a skilled soldier whose black and white view of the world is challenged as she seeks vengeance for those she loved. Well, such a prominent character needs to be played by someone with chops, and it seems Craig Mazin and Neil Druckmann have found just the right person. That person being Kaitlyn Dever. You may know her from Booksmart, Dope Sick, and the fantastic Netflix series Unbelievable, the last two of which she got nominated for Golden Globes. And this should come as good news for fans of the games, many of whom wanted her to play Ellie because, well, she does look like her. That's obviously not all there is to casting, though some people still got a little upset when the role was given to Bella Ramsey instead. Well, they've since been forced to eat a big old helping of humble pie because Ramsey knocked it out of the frickin' park. I mean, I honestly think they're one of the best actors of their generation. But back to Abby, and sadly things are going to get a bit depressing following this. I won't even start on people getting swept up in all kinds of hysteria around Abby being a muscular female character, but also Abby does things in the game that a lot of people got upset by. Laura Bailey, who played Abby in the original, got literal death threats for her portrayal of the character, many of whom seem to struggle differentiating the fictional character from, the human being paid to play her. So, for the love of God, protect Diva at all costs, please, because there's likely to be a whole new round of people acting like morons. And yes, she's a grown-ass woman. I'm sure she knows what she's getting herself into, and hopefully the studio is doing everything in their power to give her the support she needs. But either way, dickheads will always be dickheads. Young Mazzino, who most people know as Paul Cho from the Netflix series Beef, has also joined the cast. He'll play Jesse, one of the game's more sympathetic characters, and if the game's anything to go by, we'll have one of the more emotional storylines. There's still no word on who will play Dina, Lev, or Manny, but filming is due to begin next month, so check back in with us, because I'm sure we'll get the news soon. Time for a nice old creation corner, because when someone goes out of their way to create something incredible, well, you all deserve to hear about it. And fans of Portal will be excited to hear that there's a mod that's essentially just a whole new game. It's called Portal Revolution, and it includes a completely original 7-hour campaign with a story that takes place between Portals 1 and 2. It's from developer Second Face Software, and better yet, if you own Portal 2, you can get it off of Steam for free. And man, you would have trouble differentiating this from something from Valve. The engine has been upgraded to facilitate all kinds of new crazy things. The puzzles look great, and it also doesn't just throw you in the deep end. It has the natural difficulty progression you'd expect from a Portal game. Basically, if you own Portal 2, here's 7 hours of free entertainment. You're welcome. And thanks for watching. Check out yesterday's video somewhere around here, and I look forward to seeing your beautiful faces tomorrow.